Hi guys, welcome back. This is Erin from Paint Those Piggies, and today I am very excited because I have an entire collection of polishes swatched for you guys. I know a lot of people have been asking where are the nail videos, and I think honestly I just needed to take a break from nail polish. I mentioned before that I sold and gave away a lot of nail polishes, about 750, 800 polishes, so I think I just needed a break. I kind of feel like this collection kind of rekindled my love for nail polish, so I already ordered the SE Summer collection, and so I feel like I'm kind of back on the nail polish bandwagon. So today's collection is the OPI Summer 2017 California Dreaming Collection. It is a full set of 12 nail polishes, but OPI already came out with the Fiji collection, which was Spring Summer, which is what they normally do. So this is a whole different collection just for summer, and so I bought all 12 polishes online and swatched them all already, and I do have 3 different swatches of each polish. I was going to split this video up into 2 different parts, but I think I'm just going to talk quickly through all 12 polishes just so I don't have to split things up. So I am going to talk about all 12 in this video. Honestly, this collection's not the most unique, but California means something special to me because I grew up there. I had a couple years where I lived there in elementary school through middle school, and so I just really love California, and it really speaks to me, like my childhood memories, and so I just decided to get the entire collection. I have it swatched out here, and as you can see, there's predominantly like pinks, corals, and oranges on this side, and then this side's kind of more neutral. So let's get into the reds and the pinks and the corals in this collection. The first one I'm going to get into is the only true red in this collection, and if you watched me before, followed my blog before, you'll know that I do not like red polish. It has to be unique for me to actually wear a red. I just don't gravitate towards reds. So this one is different because it is Disney themed, and so I tend to like it because I love Disney. I wouldn't normally love the color, but the first one I'm talking about is To the Mouse House We Go. And I'll insert a picture of the close-up bottle shot here. So this one to me is a true red, but it is also a Crelly formula. I didn't realize that a couple would be Crellys, but this is one of them, so in my mind it makes it a little bit different than just a red cream pop. So the formula was actually pretty good on this. I always have a hard time cleaning up reds because the pigment gets everywhere when you try to clean around your cuticles. You'll see in the swatch that there's not really any staining or any issues like that with the cleanup. So overall, I'm kind of a fan of this. It's probably not something that I'll gravitate towards, but it's something I'm happy I have because it is California themed and it is Disney, like Minnie Mouse color themed, so it's a red I can get into. Next up is an interesting one. It's one that I kind of feel is a more fall polish, but it's acrylic, so it's not really like a super opaque color. It's more jelly formula-ish. So this is not Wine Country. I tried to look up the colors on OPI's website, and honestly it wasn't very helpful. This they just describe as Merlot. To me this is like a berry, To me, this is like a berry Crelly, and I did notice that it was a little bit more difficult to work with than the red Crelly, the Disney Minnie Mouse one. This one, I kind of needed 2 thick coats or 3 thin coats. 3 thin coats was better. I ended up swatching this one twice because I changed my light box situation around completely in the middle of this, so I retook all the swatches. But this one is kind of unique. It's like berry, but a little bit brighter, so it seems like it could be summer appropriate. It's probably not as summer appropriate on my pale skin, but I think that somebody with a darker complexion can really like pull this color off in summer. Okay, the next one is a pink. I love pink polishes. They just, I don't know, I just love them. This one is GPS I Love You. So this one to me is like a vibrant pink, but a little bit more warm. In the camera, it kind of looks like it's cool, but when I swatched it, it seems almost like a warm, deeper kind of pink. And I really like this. One of my all-time favorite colors is OPI Strawberry Margarita, and I want to say that this reminds me of that color. It's one of the comparisons that I want to do, but I really, really enjoyed this color. It's just a vibrant and bright and a great summer color. The formula was great. It's a cream polish, easy in 2 coats. So again, this is GPS I Love You. Okay, so we're starting to get into the more oranges, corals, and I like those colors for summer. The first one is Me, My Selfie, and I. And to me, especially on camera, this looks like an orange. But I found that this polish is almost like really hard to describe what color it is. At first, I have like my notes here. At first, I wrote down it was a vibrant red-orange cream. But then later, when I was trying to take pictures of it, I feel like the pictures didn't show exactly what this polish is. I then wrote it looks like a hot coral, but you couldn't tell that in photos. So I'm gonna go with red-orange coral. That's a bad description, but honestly, like, this is very hard to describe in the bottle. The first coat was really patchy. You could see a lot of the nail through the polish, but everything covered fine in 2 coats. So again, this is Me, My Selfie, and I. Okay, next one is one of my favorites. This one is Santa Monica Beach Peach. And this one I really love. It's like a warm, vibrant orange. The name kind of doesn't go along with the polish. It's not really a peach, like, unless you're like a vibrant peach orange, then maybe. But this one, again, is a cream. It had a better formula than the previous one, Me, My Selfie, and I. This was actually the first one I put on, and I just loved it. This one was the first one I put on, and I just loved it. It's so bright, so orange. I like orange polishes, so this one is a big win for me. Okay, next one is Time for a Napa. And this one was one of my favorites from the collection. It's almost like a warm, peachy pink. So I wrote that it was a little bit thick and streaky when I first applied it for the first coat, but the second coat evened out just fine. It seemed like a lot of these polishes kind of had a weird, like, application on the first coat, but then the second one, it was like that never occurred. So this one I really like. I think it's going to be a really good color for summer. Again, that is Time for a Napa. So now we're going to move into the more neutral side of these swatches. These are the other 6 of the... So first up, I'm going to move into another pink, and this one is called Malibu Peer Pressure. And I have to say, I love this polish. When I applied it, I thought it was like a bubblegum pink. And when I looked at OPI's website, they describe it as a cotton candy pink, and I think that's spot on. It's a cool, vibrant pink, and it is a cream formula, and what I noticed was that it dries a tiny bit darker on the nail than it does in the bottle, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think it's something to be aware of, that it does dry like half a shade to a shade darker than you see in the bottle, and it did have a really good opacity in the first coat. This one was pretty good formula on the first coat, so 2 easy coats on this one, and I love this color. Next up is an interesting one. When I first saw it in the bottle and applied it, I was like, I don't know. But then the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. So this one is Sweet Caramel Sundae. It's almost like a summery metallic. When I looked on OPI's website, it just said glistening gold, but I don't think, to me it doesn't read gold. It almost reads like warm bronze. Like it's definitely on the warmer side, but it's kind of a bronze tone. And when I put it on my nails, initially I was a little bit up in the air, but when I looked at it, I showed it to my husband, I took photos of it, I kind of like it. I feel like with a tan, this could be really cool for summer. What I did was I applied the first coat, and then the second coat, I made sure to really do nice even brush strokes, and I feel like it wasn't really a problem. It didn't bother me, but if you don't like metallics, probably pass on this one. But I feel like with a nice deep tan, I know I'm saying that, but because I'm super pale, but we just bought a pool, so maybe I will be tan this summer. I feel like this one is going to be really nice for summer. Next up is one that I love the name, but I don't know how I feel about it being in a summer collection. It's a little bit different, but I had it on and I was gonna wear it as a full manicure today, but I kind of smudged an entire hand, so I had to take it off. But this one, I don't know if it's really a summer polish to me. This is Don't Take Yosemite for Granite. First of all, love the name. I went to Yosemite as a kid, loved it, and I just feel like, I don't know, it's almost like, to me this polish is like a metallic pewter silver color, but it's almost like it's kind of brownish too. Like if you were to take pewter silver and mix in like a touch of brown warmth in it, that's what I feel like this polish is. I don't know if it'll come off in the swatches or on camera, but it's definitely a unique color. I don't think I have anything like this. I just don't know how much I love it. This one was fine in application. It was kind of like the last bronzy metallic one. You just kind of have to be a little bit more careful with brush strokes, but I applied it in 2 coats and didn't have any opacity issues. So this one is Don't Take Yosemite for Granite. So I have the last neutral kind of colors in the collection, and when I first saw them I was like, okay, these are very warm, and I don't necessarily gravitate towards warm colors, but after applying these I feel totally different about them. The lightest one is called Feeling Frisco. I kind of had to apply and look at it and take pictures of it to really love it. When I looked at it at the beginning, I'm like, that's going to be too yellow toned, but wearing it, I think it's an awesome nude for summer. This one to me is almost like a really pale, warm toned nude, and I know that's not like a very good description, but I feel like it's darker than my Vampire is Buff. It kind of feels like Zoya Taylor to me, which is one of my favorite polishes. I'll have to compare them. I have just like loads of comparisons like stacked up in my brain ready to try, but I'm gonna have to see what OPI's this one really kind of is similar to. But to me this reminds me of like an ice cream flavor, like butter pecan or something like that, but I just feel like it's a really pretty nude. Even though it is warmer, I just feel like it's really stunning on the nails. So for this one, it is a cream formula, and what I noticed about this one is that it has a thinner formula, but it's very opaque. Like, it makes no sense why a thinner formula would just be so opaque, but it is. I applied this with 2 coats. I had no problems. It honestly covered like a dream. So this one is one of my favorites out of this collection. And that again is Feeling Frisco. Now I'm going to go into the middle toned nude. This one is called Barking Up the Wrong Sequoia. And again, we went to Sequoia National Park. We saw the redwoods. We saw the sequoias. Like, I just feel like this collection is like my childhood. So this one is Barking Up the Wrong Sequoia. It is almost like a muted, dusty peach. So I feel like this one is peachy, but it's much more on the muted side, less bright, less vibrant, which makes it more neutral, I think. This one I do plan to compare to OPI's It's an Opportunity from the Venice collection, but this one, I'm really digging these kind of warm nudes. I feel like I'm going to wear them a lot in summer, and this one I ended up liking a lot as well. I didn't think I would, but I ended up liking them. This one, nothing to note on the formula. It's a cream polish. It covered in 2 coats, and that is it for this one. I've said it before in my old videos, I love cream polishes. It's my favorite kind of finish on polishes. I'm just really into creams, and so to see so many creams in this, especially nude creams, kind of like a take on nude but different, I'm really enjoying this. This one is Excuse Me Big Sur, and this one is definitely the pinkest of the nudes and the darkest. So if I compare all 3 of these kind of nude colors together so you can see them, this one is Feeling Frisco, this one is Barking Up the Wrong Sequoia, and this one right here is Excuse Me Big Sur. So you can kind of see that they're all kind of a different take on just like a neutral nude polish. This one is the darkest and the pinkest, and I didn't have any problems. Cream formula, 2 coats. And this one, probably not a color I would gravitate towards, but again, when I put it on the nail, there was something about it that just made me happy to wear it. I feel like in the summer I'm going to be wearing these warm nudes a lot. Right now it is 40 degrees and raining out, so not really summery weather, but I feel like this with a tan is just going to be really, really pretty. So overall with this collection, I kind of have this nostalgia with it because I grew up in California. I don't think others that didn't grow up in California will have the same kind of reaction that I have. I think the names are great and they remind me of things that I've done in the past, but I feel like this collection is not necessarily the most unique, although there are really pretty unique nudes in this collection. I don't think I'm gonna find dupes for those neutral nudes. We'll see, but I don't anticipate it. So overall, I'm a fan of this collection. I kind of like that they introduced an entire collection for summer because summer is a big part of people's lives. So for me, my top 3 favorites from this collection are Time for a Napa, which is the peachy pink cream. This one, Santa Monica Beach Peach, which is like hot orange, and then the lightest nude, which is Feeling Frisco. Those are my top 3 from the collection. I don't know if I would say necessarily skip any because they're terrible. I mean, obviously there's a red in the collection because that's very typical OPI, and I wish they would stop doing that, but they always have a red. That one's not unique, but I love it because it's Disney kind of Minnie Mouse themed. But I don't know, the collection does have unique colors, so it just kind of depends on what your preferences are. I do plan on doing a comparison video of this whole collection. If you guys have recommendations for things that just kind of pop into your mind that you want me to compare, please leave a comment down below. Please let me know if you plan on picking up any of these colors. I love to know what kind of polishes people think are unique or different or worth purchasing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really had a lot of fun swatching these polishes. I do plan on swatching more collections. Like I said, I ordered the Essie Summer kind of like dessert themed collection, which I'm really excited about because you guys know I love anything dessert themed. So let me know if you see a specific collection you want me to review. I appreciate you guys watching. Bye.